crypto rebound, gets the rug pulled out from it. Bitcoin comes down and hits the main support point. Ethereum sliding down again, but holding the line. Alts are bleeding red across the board. But I believe that the real story isn't panic. It's basically repositioning because the major culprit of this whole thing was this guy, US dollar yen. Look at the movement that the dollar had against the yen after this gap breakout happened. We traveled up to 153. We're not able to come back down. The dollar comes back into support and then takes off again. So this is the US dollar index. This is the culprit that's actually leading the US dollar index higher because as it stands right now, if you look at sterling and the euro, they have fallen, but not really as significantly as dollar yen has risen. So they're both compounding because the euro has come off, so has sterling, but dollar yen rally has been just a monster move. I could talk about this all day, as you know, as I'm a Forex freak. If you want to see anything on that, go to my channel. I talk about Forex all day, every day, just like we talk about crypto all day, every day on this channel. All right, welcome back, everyone. It's Tom. You're bringing you the hottest in Bitcoin and crypto action. Make sure you give us a like. Make sure you hit subscribe if you haven't already. Please share us with your friends. We're trying to build a huge trading community. And also make sure you come on over to X, where we talk about Bitcoin, crypto all day, every day, because we are crypto maniacs. All right, let's get right into it. Short-term chart. All right, here we go. As we said, U.S. dollar index rising mostly through U.S. dollar, the weakness of the yen and the strength of the dollar against it. But here's the deal. Bitcoin fell 2.9% over the last 24 hours. It's trading right around 108,004 right now, so it's recovered a little bit. It's about 14% below its all-time high from earlier this month. Now, yesterday, I said, if you remember correctly, so we basically made this low here. We popped up. I would have liked 108.4 to hold. It didn't. It drifted right down to the support point that I called. I said that if it breaks that, it's coming to 107.579. Okay. That's basically right now the lower gatekeeper. This level has to hold in order, it has to hold. It really, or we're just going to be in more pain. We're going to come back into this range, 106 to the 107, and it's just going to be, just a slow, drawn out draw. Now, if it breaks this low, all right. Now, here's where we talk about market structure. All right, so right now it's looking okay for Bitcoin. As I said yesterday, we are not out of the woods by any means. We know we need to clear like 112, 115. Really, we need to clear 118, right? And it's going to be a lot of wood to chop. Now, as it stands right now, let me get a path. Let me show you what I'm talking about here. All right, so we made this crazy low. Actually, we made this massive low on the day that we had the automatic deleveraging, right? We said nobody got anything there except for the exchanges. Now, the market re-rallied and made this high, okay? And it broke down and it created now this higher low right now. So if we're looking at this point against this point, this is the first higher low that we got. So that's really the major line in the sand, and that's occurring at what? 103.5, right? So we rally up off this low. We create this little channel in here. Market breaks up. We can't get up through this resistance, this first box right there. Now it's struggling. So now this is what market structure is saying. So we got this low. We got a high. We got a higher low. We have not broken out yet, okay? But this level becomes one of the most important levels that we got. This level is a warning level. So what I'm saying is the market can do this. It's done this, okay? Now, let's just pretend that we do something like this. We break down through this low. We could either touch this green line or slightly higher than it and then come back up and come up through the top, that would be just fine, okay? Because that would be basically creating another higher low that the market, comes up off of, right? Now, here's the bloody problem, all right? Here would be the problem child. We're up over here. Market comes up, comes down, and it breaks this low, right? And it creates a slightly lower low, but not breaking through the 102, right? Comes back up, and it's going to have resistance all through this in order to get back up. Now, I hate that thing. I always forget to do the double click. But anyway, look at that nonsense. But anyway, what would happen at this point, as long as it's above this low, what would mean is that is the break point. So if we go down and break through this higher low, come up off of it, this low that we have just created becomes the break point. That would break market structure. That would bring us back to this bad boy. Where I told you yesterday, this thing is ominous. It's just like hanging over our head like an albatross. It's around our neck like an albatross right now. So the double top, the potential double top is still an ominous shadow. It's casting a shadow on the marketplace right now. Now, what occurred just recently is okay. Now, I know I got the guys going to come back. Tom, get ready to sing. Get ready. I'm not ready to sing. Okay? Not ready. All right? Now, I'm not saying uncle. What I'm basically saying is that it's a good thing that it happened. I would have preferred to see 108, 500 hold. Yes, it would have been great, and then take the top out. But by drifting down to the 107.5, that's good in a way, because that basically, the bears have just got more confident now. If we could get now, and if my grandma had a pair of nads, it wouldn't be here, right? But anyway, if we could get through this top right now that we're seeing right here, after this retrace, we're going to definitely pop this 112. Now we're going to have massive resistance up here. Now, if we could hold this line, then the next level is up here. So here are your support points right now: 107, right? 5. We got to get through 111, say, it would be good if we got through a 111.8. That's resistance right now. If we can close up above 111.8, we're building a pretty strong base to get up through the 113. Now, if we get to 113, if we let's say we trade up to 114, the scenario would be where would the support be? Really, the support should be like right around like 111. So we should be getting higher supports. That would be starting to give you an indication that the marketplace is recovering. All right? So that's what I got going on. Now, like I said, we got this double top that's ominous, casting a shadow. And we know Bitcoin's right now, it's at, the make or break levels. We talked about this yesterday. The make or break levels are being tested. Bitcoin's bouncing from it. Now, yeah, it's not has not taken off yet, but it has not capitulated downward yet either. So 5 times this level acted as resistance. It's like support right now, really almost for the 4th time. But 3 times for sure has been locked, but it's really where the bulls have been defending the line. Now, it's not random, right? We're basically thinking that this is accumulation. Yeah, I know, guys. If we break through 100,000, I'm wrong. Yeah. If we break through the 102, I'd be a little bit nervous. But right now, I'm still seeing this as accumulation. Okay. And, I'm thinking you got to brace for what comes next. If we can continue to make higher lows and get through some tops, we're really good. Okay. Now, it hasn't happened yet. But I'm forecasting that, I think it's going to happen. Of course, get into our pro group. We'll lead you through this. All right. There's setups every day that you can, definitely jump in on, get your, make some money off of with very, very little risk. Of course, we win a lot of them, but we don't win all of them, right? I mean, let's not be ridiculous. But anyway, so if we look at Bitcoin versus gold, this is the problem. This is another problem that I'm seeing. Don't like to say it, but I'm seeing it. So I got to say it. As a technical trader, it would be, you know, I wouldn't, I got to show all warts and all, right? It would be just malpractice for me not to talk about it. We talked about Bitcoin has been lagging gold. I've been saying that Bitcoin's going to catch tailwinds from the gold rally, right? It has not happened yet. Okay, all right. So, I'm waiting for it. Right now, where's gold? 4,206. Gold cooled off slightly. Silver's at 49.76, cooling off slightly. But if I look at Bitcoin versus gold, if I come over to this chart right here, what I'm seeing is that the support, held the entire bull market. Okay, right here, the support held the entire bull market. If we break it, all crypto is going to bleed even more. So I'm seeing it, all right, and it's testing it, So right now, if we can break up through the top again, we got to launch. We got pressure building. So really, this quarter is make or break. Okay, it's going to be the bears going to win this, which I doubt. But listen, they're defending. They're defending the Ethereum line like crazy. We're going to get into that in a second. But really, Q4 is make or break. All right. Now, uh, if we looked at Bitcoin, we could say like, okay, the cycle's different this time. You know why? Because we got institutional structured bids in here. All right, and every top really in history in Bitcoin was fueled by emotion. That's all it was. It was people believing in the coin and actually, believing in the project. And as I said yesterday, I give them all applause. I mean, they were right. You guys out there that bought coin like really inexpensively are now Bitcoin millionaires. Congratulations. You deserve it. No risk, no reward. You took a tremendous amount of risk. Good for you. All right. So now, every top in history was fueled by emotion. This one, as I'm looking at it, it's fueled by structure. ETF flows are redefining the game. Now we got BlackRock, we got IBIT, you got, State Street, you got all the big boys that are involved. Yes, they're whacking things around. There are also some black hats out there that are crushing retail. As soon as they see retail get over leveraged, they come in and they make sure it's painful and they wipe people out. And those people that, as some of our YouTube subs have said, those people are not going to return. Absolutely not. They're not going to return. They got burned once, twice, three times. They probably got their significant other screaming at them, you blew too much money in this. It's all a scam, blah, blah, blah. You know the story, right? But there's always new blood that comes in. Everybody sees this as a shiny new object. Oh my goodness, I'm going to make all my fortune with XRP or Solana or what, that's the next greatest thing, but they're not traders. That's the problem. So that's why they got to get into our pro group. We'll help them out. We'd help them out, right? So right now, the crowd right now is quiet, all right? But the whales are already here. We're thinking it's the calm before the next major institutional explosion. Don't forget, we got IBIT, we got all these big sales forces out there. They are pumping to get people into Bitcoin. I showed you everything yesterday with the Fed and the U.S. government adding Bitcoin reserves. Okay, there's seized assets, but guess what? They're taking supply out of the Bitcoin marketplace, and they're placing them into sovereign, you know, um, balance sheet products for the government. So you just keep that in the back of your mind. All right. So really, what we're seeing is the market is testing the bull's metal throughout this whole thing. I mean, Bitcoin retested the bull market baseline a couple of times, more than I like to see. You know, right now, if we're looking at it, the 50-week smooth moving average marked every major liftoff since 2023. Look, smart money accumulates at the retest. Retail, tries to buy breakouts and gets caught up in the retracements. Always happens. All right. The chart always sets the traders from the tourists. right? You know, people think they're going to just take a stab at this stuff, not know what they're doing. Yeah, they get hurt. They get hurt a lot. So anyway, Bitcoin retested the most respected trend line since 2022. And I'm going to show you that chart in a second. Let's come on over to that chart right there. Bitcoin retest right here. Forget all the noise. This is the most important trend line that we got to watch. It's the same one that caught the 2023 low. It held the 2024 correction. It reignited the rally that we saw in 2025. Every retest was the start of the next leg higher. So it's where really the bulls get loud, as we said. I mean, so this is the most important trend line we got. Take a picture of it, put it on the wall. If we break it, we're in trouble. Okay? All right, let's move on over to good old Ethereum. Ethereum, man, 4,200 is a beast in it. Okay? Again, Ethereum still showing structural strength as long as we hold 3,600. It's trading right now around 3,880. Yesterday, it cleared the 4,000, gave a little bit of a relief, and then because dollar yen and the U.S. dollar index, it got slammed. Okay, so now liquidity is thin. Rotations are completely hesitant. You know, the whole market's waiting for some clarity here, and we haven't gotten really any clarity yet. We got Bitcoin dominance that's really high. That's actually throwing a shadow on this as well. But you know, with Ethereum just trading above 3,800, it's down 8% from last week. But again, the silver lining is if you still look, DeFi metrics are still stable. L2 activity is quietly ramping back up. Now, Ethereum must hold 3,600, and then it needs to get above 4,200. And this level has been defended by the bears relentlessly right now. And they're winning these bums. All right, if you're a bear, congratulations. But be careful. Be careful. Make sure you got your stops in. That's all I can say is make sure you got your stops in. All right, because as we move into Q4 into deeper, Ethereum still got a shot at outperforming Bitcoin. Why? Because we got a scaling, staking yield, and on-chain utility come back into focus after we get through this quagmire. We're going to see that we got a monthly bullish pennant that is breaking out. It's not hype. A pennant's a pretty powerful technical setup, and it's happening. Cycles don't lie. Ethereum's going to rip. It's going to take its time doing it, but it's going to rip. Now, I told you guys and gals, don't mean to be a male chauvinist pig, but I am, to watch the coins, right? We told you to look at Riot, Coinbase, all of them right now. If we compare Ethereum to Coinbase, okay, right now we got the same trap, the same breakout structure. All right. Ethereum is about to ignite. It's going to take its time, but the detonation sequence has begun in Ethereum, and we can actually say that it's going to be step one that we have in the breakout sequence is like a complete slow bleed. And I'm going to take you to this chart. I want to show you this chart. We can see it right here. We're looking at this. We got a slow bleed. Step two, we got the brutal breakout right here. So here's like here's the level one, we're starting to come back up, and then we slowly start giving back everything. People thinking we're going to go back down to this low. We got the slow bleed here, bang, and we got to take off. Same type of scenario right here. Slow bleed. And we're still here. We could actually come down to that 3,400 level. Like, what's that point right there? 3,457. I'm really saying it should hold 3,600. All right. Well, it could go there. I'm not trying to talk out of both sides of my mouth. I just looked at this as on a weekly. That's a potential. That would be a really, really gift, I think. I would definitely, myself personally, I'm not saying you do it. I'm saying Tom will do it. He'll buy it for sure. Looking for the breakout through the 5 grand. I think it's a good risk reward right there. But, so we're seeing this brutal shakeout. We got the vertical takeoff. 2020 triggered it, okay? And it was a 45x rally. If you missed that, I'm sure you're still feeling the pain right now. This time, we're launching from, 1500. The ignition is into a 5,000, 5-digit Ethereum. That's what we're thinking. We're launching really from right here. Okay, so we're looking at the breakout at 4,800. We're looking for it to go, and we showed you the ladder. 6,500, 7,000. Ethereum's getting ready. Okay. All right. Before we wrap up, I want to talk to you about our crypto trading community. How do you get involved in this free trading community where we talk about crypto all day, every day, give you insane setups? Well, the link is in our description. Drop down here, you get the Merlin, the trades, the right there. There's a Telegram free group. Okay, nothing costs nothing to join. We drop insane alpha trading opportunities, long-term gems. We got you covered here. Matter of fact, an alert just came over into the room. BlackRock just moved 2.854 billion, and also 29.6. 2.85 billion Bitcoin and 29.6 Ethereum. So like we're giving alerts out there all the time. It's a really great place to be. Hey, if you're a lone wolf, all right, right here, 2 phenomenal brokers, low fees, fast execution, both of them. Right now, WeX is giving away insane bonuses. I believe like free fees for life. So they're and also we got BTCC. Who the heck is calling me? I'm on like one of these lists now that I'm over, since I'm an old man. Like they're trying to sell me like life insurance. Not even life insurance. It's really death insurance. Trying to get me to buy a plot so that when I die, it's already taken care of. I'm not ready to go yet. I'm going to the gym 4 times a week, man. I'm gonna be a good-looking corpse. All right. Anyway, sorry about that. Right here, BTCC giving a $500 US dollar giveaway. Awesome. Great way to get a little bonus. Get a little boost to your trading account. If you're feeling altruistic, you can come on over to Park Avenue Trading. Join my little FOREX group. I also got a boot camp going. Hey, can't hurt, right? Free. Plus, you can boost my membership up or my subs up on YouTube. That would be a big help for me. I really appreciate it. All right. So let's move on over to good old Bitcoin dominance. All right. So, all right. Wait. Let me finish up with Ethereum. Okay. Let me go back to this Ethereum chart right here. Okay. Now, this one right here. All right. So 3,600, actually, look, 3,400, that's what I just found on that other chart. I'm not going to change it. I'm going to say I'd like to see 3,600 hold. We got to break through 4,100, 4,200 to get the party started again, to get moving up. All right, let's go over to Bitcoin dominance. All right, ascending broadening wedge fell out, then major spike back up because of all this turmoil created by good old Trumpy with the damn tariff stuff on, really threw us off our game, man. Everything was just moving nicely, and boom, he's got to come up and say something really silly like that. But anyway, all right. We got Bitcoin dominance right now. It's like 59.68. All right. That's what's, holding off Ethereum for breaking out. It's also holding off a lot of altcoins from breaking out. And, we just got to be patient with this. We got to be patient and understand that it's going to take time. Time takes time, and that's all we can say is that time takes time. And I'm going to shut my phone off because it's driving me crazy. All right. So right now, again, Bitcoin dominance 59.68. It really needs to start breaking below like 57.5. Okay, we were getting there, and like I said, we got a wrench thrown in the works. All right, so we got U.S. equity futures are wobbling. We got both the S&P, the Nasdaq are down about 0.1%, but the real culprit has been that U.S. dollar index, led by this guy, U.S. dollar yen. All right, so every time the greenback like flexes its muscles, crypto takes a punch. Why? Because Bitcoin trades globally, and a stronger dollar tightens global liquidity, drains risk appetite, and puts pressure on anything priced against it. Even with Bitcoin dominance still high, we could still see that altcoin season is starting to brew. All right, but it's been delayed. It's been delayed. Okay, we can't, if we look at it, that's my Bitcoin right here. It's my US dollar. Here we go. Where's my chart for altcoins? So we look at the chart, we can see it is brewing. Season one, look, I know people are tired of hearing it. I'm tired of saying it. But, Bitcoin dominance is ruling the roost right now. So season one delivered 50x, season two brought 25x. We're at the same structure again, same setup, deeper liquidity. We got more capital inflows. Things aren't based just on, emotion anymore. There are some real projects out there. It's not going to be a pump. It's going to be a detonation. We just got to be patient with it. Now, of course, we got XRP that's still down 2.6%. Solana, one of the recent outperformers, lost nearly 4.6%. So this is, it's classic rotation behavior. We saw massive Bitcoin rally, new highs, ETF inflows, speculative excess. So a cool down like this that we're seeing is kind of normal. So when traders see a stronger dollar and softer equities, they unwind high beta plays like altcoins. That's just what happens. All right. And that's why Ethereum and Solana are getting hit harder. They're in the growth stocks of crypto sector. But remember, markets breathe, right? And Bitcoin's sitting in a healthy correction phase right now. So is Ethereum. So we just got to be patient with it. You got to get into our pro group. We'll guide you through it. So we got support right now. Bitcoin. All right. Main support. 106. Okay, minor support, warning level 1075. Breakout, okay, up above 111, 111.8, potentially to the 112.8. So there's the breakout zone right there. We lose this, we drift back down to 106. We create a new, like, lower low than this. Major warning, market structure change. Change of character, breakdown. Not good. Not good. All right. So Ethereum needs to reclaim 4 grand. Needs to reclaim it to stay in the bullish structure. Below 3,600, momentum fades in it. Now the US dollar index, if it keeps pushing above 107, that's going to be short-term pain for crypto, but long-term opportunity once it rolls over. All right, so that's what we got going on. Make sure that you come on over to X. Follow us on X where we talk about Bitcoin, crypto all day, every day. Look, get into our pro group, because emotional traders panic. We zoom out. We help you with it. A 14% dip off all-time highs. That's called Tuesday in crypto. That's all it is. Smart traders are watching for structure, as it just went through with you, to rebuild and liquidity reset. Remember, the fear builds fuel. It's what drives the next legs higher. So make sure you come on over X, follow us on X, where we talk about Bitcoin, crypto all day, every day. And remember, what do you got to do? Well, you got to do your own research. I'm just a trader like you. I don't do any type of financial advice. Okay. Second thing you got to do, you got to trade with your head nut over it. Third thing you got to do is, as a short-term trader, you got to enjoy the party, but dance near the door. I will see you tomorrow. Good trading. Remember, trade with your head nut over it. Don't over leverage yourself. I'll see you soon. Cheers.